What if the reason you feel so exhausted all the time isn't because you're weak, but because you're trying to live your life like a machine? Think about it. The samurai faced death every single day, yet they didn't burn out. They had no antidepressants, no motivation podcasts, and definitely no weekends off to recharge. So how did they survive mentally? It came down to one rule. A rule so simple, our modern society has completely forgotten it. Today, we're going to break down the samurai rule that prevented burnout, explained through the philosophy of a warrior named Takeshi, and why it matters more right now than ever before. Burnout seems to be everywhere you look. You wake up tired. You work tired. You go to sleep tired. It's a cycle. But here is the truth that no one really talks about. Burnout isn't caused by hard work. It's caused by constant mental resistance. Modern life practically forces you to be productive all the time, to care about everything that pops up on your screen, to react to every single notification, and to chase goals you probably didn't even choose for yourself. It's like running a mental marathon every day without a finish line. The samurai didn't live like this. They couldn't afford to. They followed a very specific rule that protected their minds, even in the middle of a war zone. This wasn't about being lazy. It was about being intelligent with their energy. It was about survival. So, who was Takeshi? He wasn't just some random warrior swinging a sword. He was a disciplined samurai strategist, famous for his calm and clear decision-making under unbelievable pressure. When other warriors would panic and rush into chaos, he would stay still. When others hurried their attacks, he would wait for the perfect moment. His real strength wasn't just his aggression or his skill with a blade. It was his mental economy. Takeshi operated on a core belief. Energy wasted on the unnecessary weakens the blade. He knew that a cluttered mind was just as dangerous as a dull sword. And that powerful belief became a fundamental rule for living. The rule itself was incredibly simple. Do not carry tomorrow into today. It sounds easy, but think about what it truly means. When the samurai trained, they trained fully. When they fought fully. And when they rested fully. They never mentally multitasked their existence. They didn't lie awake worrying about battles that hadn't been fought yet. They didn't replay their mistakes over and over in an endless loop. And they refused to obsess over outcomes that were completely beyond their control. Why? Because they understood that carrying that extra mental weight just dulls your reaction time, drains your spirit, and makes you vulnerable. Modern burnout is the exact opposite. It comes from trying to live with yesterday's regrets, today's stress, and tomorrow's anxiety all at once, all piled on top of each other. The samurai simply refused to do this. They chose to be present. So how do you apply this ancient wisdom? You don't need a sword or a battlefield. Your battlefield is your daily life. It starts by consciously deciding what deserves your energy. When you are working, just work. Don't worry about what you're having for dinner or the argument you had yesterday. When you are with your family, be with them. Put the phone away. Don't let your mind drift back to that unanswered email. This isn't about ignoring your problems. It's about dealing with them in their own time. You handle today's challenges with all your focus, and you trust your future self to handle tomorrow's. By refusing to carry the weight of everything all at once, you reclaim your mental energy. You become sharper, calmer, and more resilient. You stop living like a machine and start living like a human being. The samurai knew this was the key to survival. In our world, it's the key to truly living. Thanks for watching. If this idea resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more lessons from history on how to live a better life today. See you in the next one. Neuroscience is now catching up and confirming what the samurai knew all along. It turns out, your brain doesn't just burn energy from taking action, it burns a massive amount from anticipation and rumination. Just think about it. Worrying about a task often drains you more than actually doing the task itself. This samurai rule is so powerful because it cuts through all of that. It eliminates mental clutter, stops emotional leakage, and breaks those chronic stress loops we all get stuck in. By focusing only on the present duty, your mind stays sharp and ready, not exhausted and overwhelmed. So, how did someone like Takeshi actually live this out? His daily practice was built on 3 core principles. First, one task, one moment. No divided attention. When he was training, he was only training. When he was eating, he was only eating. Second, he practiced acceptance of the outcome. Once he committed to an action, the results were no longer his to worry about. He did his best, and that was enough. And third, he practiced intentional rest. For Takeshi, rest wasn't something to feel guilty about. It was strategic. It was how he sharpened his blade for the next battle. Today, we scroll on our phones during our rest time and then wonder why we still feel so tired. How can you apply this ancient wisdom to your modern life, starting right now? It's simpler than you think. First, stop rehearsing future problems. Catch yourself when you're endlessly planning for scenarios that haven't happened. Second, do one meaningful task at a time. Give it your full attention, see it through, and then move on. Third, and this is crucial, separate your work time from your worry time. When you're done for the day, be done. And finally, rest without distraction. Put the phone away, take a walk, read a book. Truly let your mind and body recover. You'll find that burnout starts to fade the moment you stop resisting and start living in the present. The samurai didn't necessarily live longer lives than we do, but they lived clearer ones. And clarity is the true opposite of burnout. So remember Takeshi's rule, do not carry tomorrow into today. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and walk your own path with discipline. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of you have asked about. How to create absolutely stunning thumbnails that get more clicks. You know, that little picture is the first thing people see, and it can make or break your video's success. It's like the cover of a book, and we all judge books by their covers, right? First things first, let's talk about the basics. A great thumbnail needs to be clear, eye-catching, and tell a story about your video in a single glance. Think big, bold text. Use fonts that are easy to read even on a tiny phone screen. Forget those super fancy, curly fonts, they just get lost. Stick to clean, strong styles. Next up, colors. You want to use contrasting colors that pop. Think bright yellows against a dark blue, or a vibrant red on a clean white background. This helps your thumbnail stand out in a sea of other videos. A great trick is to look at the YouTube homepage and see what colors grab your attention. Then, use that as inspiration for your own color palette. Now for the most important part, the image. High-quality photos are a must. A blurry, dark picture just screams unprofessional. And if you're in the thumbnail, Make sure your expression matches the video's mood. Are you shocked? Excited? Curious? Show it on your face. People connect with human emotion, so use it to your advantage. A surprised face for a shocking reveal video works wonders. Another pro tip is the rule of thirds. Imagine your thumbnail is split into a 3x3 grid. Place your main subject, like your face or a key object, along those lines or at their intersections. This makes the composition more dynamic and visually appealing than just sticking everything in the center. Finally, keep it simple. Don't clutter your thumbnail with too much text or too many images. A single powerful image, a few key words, and some strategic color choices are all you need. The goal is to create curiosity and make someone think, I have to know what this video is about. So, to recap, use bold, clear text, high contrast colors, high quality images with emotion. Apply the rule of thirds and keep it simple. Try these tips on your next video, and I promise you'll see a difference in your click-through rate. That's all for today. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on growing your channel. Let me know in the comments which tip you're most excited to try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.